Hello everyone, I'm Trygon Glisk, and this is Trygon's Forest. First off, thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Let me tell you more about myself and what I aim to achieve through this channel. So, like many people around the world, I love video games, and I wanted to turn that passion into a project. Not only do I love video games, I also love trees. I grew up in a rural area, there was a forest in my backyard, and I'd run around and play in it all the time with my brother, my neighborhood friends, and there were so many big, beautiful trees there. Humongous ones, ancient. They had to have been, at least 100, probably 200. This one oak tree was humongous. Many of those, unfortunately, are going away. I don't see as many, and especially where I grew up, there was a lot of farming and agriculture. Lots of open space, not a lot of trees. Also, when I was a kid, my parents would read to me all the time. And one of the books they would read me that I always chose, like constantly. I mean, we had to put this book together back with tape. It was The Lorax by Dr Seuss. And a lot of people have seen the movie now who may not have read the book, but let's be honest, so many people have read the book. And it's a great one. Another book that I had my parents read to me all the time was Farewell to Shady, Glade by Bill Peet. If you haven't heard of Bill Peet, you need to check him out. His books are cheap and they're very well illustrated, very well written. It's something that you should probably have your kids read to you. They're phenomenal. So, Farewell to Shady Glade, it's about a bunch of animals who were near a city that outgrew itself and they had to move to another location. They were displaced, and it documents their journey getting there. And after that, Bill Peet also published Whomp World, and it's about these grazing creatures that were on a planet, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a whole bunch of other aliens landed. They were called pollutions, and so they built an entire city around the whole planet, and they polluted it too much, and then they left. And eventually, it started to revert back to the old forest it was. Now, Farewell to Shady Glade was published in 1966, Whomp World 1969, and the Lorax was 1970. So Bill Peet was on it, and I'm glad for all three of those books. They are just amazing, and I'm glad my parents read them to me. So how does all this align with my channel goals? Well, right now I'm fortunate to be gainfully employed, and this is a side project I want to push to achieve one of my dreams, and that's to own my own forest. I'm going to call it, you guessed it, Trygon's Forest. Right now, I can't start a backyard forest. I'd love to, at least just to get a start with something, but I'm renting right now, and I can't afford to own a house where I currently live. And unfortunately, because of current events, it is only going to get worse, and that's kind of unfortunate. My dream then is to buy land that either has a forest in need of recovery on it or no forest at all, and we're going to start from scratch. And I'm not talking just crops, rows and rows of trees. I'm talking there's 4 layers to the forest, right? So we're talking shrub layer, subtree layer, tree layer, and emergent tree layer. My goal is also to achieve as many diverse species as possible as long as they were naturally growing in that location. Maybe we could even get some ancient species that no longer grow to bring them back. You never know. Again, the most difficult part is going to be buying the land. Land is expensive and it's not going to get cheaper. So the goal is to save up, watch our intake, and ensure we can put a down payment on some land, and then hopefully keep making payments as the channel grows, right? It may seem far-fetched, but we can make it happen. I know we can. I saw a video of Steve Harvey. He was taping Family Feud, and he was taking a side with the audience, right? He was speaking to them. And he was talking about hard work and how to become a millionaire. And he said, anybody can do something that'll earn $10. Anybody. Mowing lawns, babysitting, cutting hair, being a teacher. You can do anything for $10. Then you go do that 10 more times. And then you do all of that 10 more times. So the first 10 times, you get $100. You do that whole $10 thing 10 times, you got $1,000. And then you can see where the trend is going. You keep working at it, you keep making it happen, and that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to make a video, and then we're going to do that 10 more times. And then we're going to do that 10 more times. And eventually, hopefully, together, we can achieve that dream and create Trygon's Forest. Now, there's going to be some stuff along the way that will probably give money to other causes that are actually out there planting trees right now. I don't want to just say this is a far-fetched goal that let's just hope it happens. I want to also be giving along the way as we go. So I appreciate you taking the time to get to know me a little bit. I'll post another video about my gaming history. I feel like it's always fun to get to know how someone has gotten to where they are today, whether that's their career, overcoming a medical condition, or someone like me who went from a couple children's books to hoping to have their own forest. If you want to take some time to let me know what your dreams are down in the comments, I'd love to hear it. And if you could perform the YouTube drill of liking and subscribing, that would also be greatly appreciated. For now, I will see you in the next video.